Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Welcome back to Harry's Highlights. On this video, we're going to talk about the book Good to Great. Now, this is all about understanding how great leaders, great companies, great organizations have gone from good to great. So basically what happened was this group of researchers studied a whole range of companies in different areas and different categories for about 11 years. And they watched them go from below average to above the top performers. So they literally went from like good, or even below good, to great, to exceptional. And what they found was the same thing that happened amongst all of them was they did three things. These three things are, the first one was they had a hedgehog mentality. And it was about understanding that the hedgehog has one system, it has one style, one tool in its arsenal that it knows will work every time. If everybody gets attacked, it curls up in a ball and uses the spikes to protect itself. See, if you look at it in another example of like a fox, for example, very, very clever. Always different avenues, different techniques and things like that. And sometimes they win, sometimes they don't. So what it's talking about is that too many companies, too many people, too many organizations try too many different avenues to try and be sort of like semi-good at, like a jack of all trades. Where the hedgehog is a master at one. It is a master doing this one thing, and it consistently does it because it knows it works. It's tried, it's tested, and almost without fail, it will always work. When they looked at companies that followed that same mentality of that, instead of trying to over diversify, when they looked at leaders who tried to just do what they are good at, maximize their strengths and minimize their weaknesses, instead of trying to do everything at once, instead of spreading themselves out too thin, that's what they realized that took them from good to great. Same thing is that anyone can apply that same mentality. You can start to look at things as like, here's the things I'm good at. Here's the things I'm not so good at. I need to put more of my time into maximizing my strengths and get great at that. Then I can come back and look at my weaknesses and start to develop them. But in the beginning, in the meantime, for me to get from good to great, for me to have the credibility, for me to have that experience and understanding, I need to become good at one thing. You look at any company that before the ones that have become great, before they started to diversify into other areas, into other categories, into anything else, they've got really, 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 really good at one thing. They've taken that thing from good to great, then they've turned, I can now take on something else. So that was what that hedgehog mentality is about. Hedgehog mentality is all about. It's about doing things that is tried and tested and then expanding out from there afterwards. Once you reach a level that sort of allows you to open up other areas. The second thing was the bus. The bus is all about understanding that with any company, with any organization, with any leader, you will have people that will come and go. Your bus is basically your life. Or the company itself. So you talk about people come onto the bus, people come into your life, people join the company, people get off the bus, people leave your life, people get out of the company, leave the company. The other thing is that also, you always got to choose where these people sit in your life and in the business, where they sit on the bus. Because some people are more situated or suited to growth and problem solving. Other people are more situated or more suitable to continuing on maintenance. Just maintaining that same status quo, not shaking anything up too much, just maintaining that one. There's others that really need to push forward and innovate and do more. Same thing in your life. You've got the people that are steady eddies, the ones that are always just going to be they're consistent. They're going to be there, Monday to Friday they're going to do their thing, and then Saturday, Sunday they're going to be there doing their thing. That's going to involve you. Then you've got the other people in your life. They come in like a whirlwind and they're like, all of a sudden we're going skydiving. Same thing in a company. You got the people that show their Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, they'll be there, they'll have their weekend off, they'll come back on Monday, 9 a.m, they'll be there. Then you've also got the people there that'll come in they'll come in on a Saturday just because they want to do some extra work to try this new project they're working on. They'll come in on a Wednesday and they'll go I've got this brand new thing I need to talk to everyone about, get me a team meeting happening, I need to share this more with you. They're the experimental ones. And there you get, so where they sit in your life and in business is going to be different. So it's about, to go from good to great, these companies, these leaders, these organizations had to know and understand where the best place to put that. Because that person that's all about innovation, putting them in a mundane but extremely valuable and useful position of status quo, of consistency, will drive them insane, nuts, and they'll leave. Far sooner than what they would leave over here. Because understanding that not everyone's going to ride the bus until the very end. So understanding that and taking that into account was a big part of how companies went from good to great. So a good example is they were talking about a lot of banks and things like that. You see a lot of these banks that sort of they try to over-diversify. They want to be without naming any names, they will try and they want to target younger markets, they want to target retirees, they want to target businesses. They're trying to do all three at once. And they don't really get good at any of, they don't really get great at any of them. They sort of get mediocre at best at all of them. And then, even then, they might, the second they take their foot off the pedal a little bit, this side might start to fall off, this side might start to fall off. So it's about the companies that you know that are good. They've decided, we are just going to target this market. And we're going to get great at this market. Once we're great at this market, we've established it, it's a now known fact that we are good at this market, then we'll take on this market. We'll do both. Instead of trying to split it between 3, 4, 5, 6, they've just done one, and now, okay, I'm really good at this one, now I take on this one. It's the same thing you see with other companies that try to, for example, try to expand too aggressively, too quickly. They tried to take on too much. They didn't get great at one thing, they tried to get good at a lot of things. So, understanding that one, and part of that was the bus, and understanding where people need to sit on the bus and where they are in your life. The third thing that they all did to get from good to great, that you can do as well, was developed level 5 leaders. So there's different levels to leaders. You've got those that sort of come in a management position as sort of like, they're a skilled worker, you know. Then you've got the next level up there, sort of a skilled worker, but also a very valuable team member. They're not just good on themselves, they're good in the team. They might help lead that team reasonably well, motivate them a little bit more, get pushed just a little bit more, or even just keep them all consistent. Then it grows a little bit further, and then they start to understand how to lead more and inspire more. So they get their teams doing more than what they're asked for. Then it grows a little bit further again than that one, and they become like, you know, quite an admirable leader, quite like definitely you should be in a leadership position, you're destined for some pretty high achievements and things here. Most people can get that level 4. That's sort of like, you know, it's like, yeah, you can run the company consistently, you've got initiative, you know, you're not going to rock the boat too much, you're definitely going to keep producing results just a little bit more each and every day. And on average, everyone basically respects you. Then you've got level 5 leaders. Level 5 leaders are few and far between. They're not only skilled, they're not only reliable, they're not only great visionaries. They're humble but not weak. They have extreme humility but also rock solid resolve. And they means that when they're wrong, they will hold their hand up as higher than anyone else and say, I did this wrong, that is on me, and I take full responsibility for it. But when they're right, and somebody's telling them they're wrong, they will be unshakable on understanding that, like, I understand that this might seem radical, this might seem illogical to you, but my intuition tells me that this is the right way to do things. And I'm sorry, even though all your degrees, your credibility and authority says that it's wrong, I'm telling you it's right. Their resolve is unshakable, and they know somewhere, somehow, that it is right. But they're always open to hearing why it might be wrong. That level 5 leader, that selflessness, where it's no longer about self-promotion or self-gain. It's about the company or the team growing further. A great example of this one was the American President Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln was famous for having a team. His cabinet was surrounded by people that not only supported him during his entire campaign, but also people that didn't support him. Because these people were so undeniably good at their job that President Lincoln said that for the good of the country, it would be criminal of him to not have them on the cabinet, because they would do so much for the country. He didn't care, or he overlooked the fact that they disliked him, that they didn't agree with him. They said they can do their job so well for the company that it was undeniable that they should be there. To the point where there were times where, like, he said, I think I should do this. And these people, they said that, like, absolutely you should not do it. That is the wrong decision. He listened to them, because he said that at the times that I've been right, when I said I should do this and I was right, you agreed with me, even though you disliked me, because you were taking into account the country, not our personal relationship. So now that you're telling me I'm wrong, even though I feel like I'm right, based on the information you've given me, I know that it's based on the purity of moving the team forward, moving the country forward, not anything to do with any sort of personal level of us. So he listened. That extreme humility, that extreme selflessness to see things as not as a personal gain, but as what is best for the team, what is best for the organization, that is a level 5 leader. They are the ones that take a company from good to great. Because with someone like that at the helm, you know that every decision is being made logically, objectively, and with the team's goals in mind, not personal gain or success. And that is why there's so few and far between level 5 leaders. See, that is what, understanding that to get from good to great, you've got to be understanding what can you be the best at and what you can't. And understanding that moving forward, you need to focus on what you can be best at and then become the best at it, then take on other things afterwards. So to quickly summarize everything I was talking about there, I talked about going from good to great was all about having this 3 steps or 3 avenues. The hedgehog mentality, the bus, and the level 5 leader. The hedgehog mentality was all about doing things that's tried and tested. The bus was understanding who gets on the bus, who gets off the bus, and where do they sit on the bus. Understanding where they are in your life and business, where's the best position to put them in to maximize the team's success, and then understanding that sometimes they're going to come, sometimes they're going to go. But understanding why they're there, maximize their performance. And number 3 was all about a level 5 leader. Having level 5 leaders in your company that are, or in your life, they're going to help you or your organization get to its maximum potential, reach its maximum achievement. Understanding that it's about focusing on what you can be the best at and then achieving it, then diversifying, then introducing other things. Not being a jack of all trades, but being a master at one. Then understanding that overall, that you can do this, that to get from good to great, you just need to follow this system, follow this mentality and avenues, and you will take yourself, your company, your organization from good to great. Now, we're going to be making a lot more of these videos for this training series to help you with your personal development goals. That's all for now though, so until next time, leave a comment below on what you like the most, and I look forward to sharing more with you in the next episode of Harry's Highlights.